Okay, hello, good afternoon, good morning, or good night. Okay, depende kung anong oras nyo mapapanood tong video na to. So, I actually sent this video for you to cope up with our discussion on distance and displacement, speed and velocity. So, allow me, okay, to start with the sample problems about displacement. So we will first start with the sample problems about displacement, especially the two methods on how we get the displacement. The original formula, which is the change in position is equal to the final position minus the initial position. And then the other way in getting the displacement of objects or motion is the Pythagorean theorem. So let's first start with this problem. Carrie is a student of Westville High. One day, she was tasked by her teacher to get books from the library and buy ballpen to the bookstore after. The library is located 100 meters from the north of her position, and the bookstore is 50 meters from the library. So, the question is, what is her displacement? First, let's start with some legend making. Okay, so this is the position. Okay, that is the position of Carrie. Now, Carrie was tasked to go to the bookstore. So, let's assume that the bookstore is here. So, sabi dito, 100 meters from the north of her position. So, she must be taking that path. Now, she was tasked to get books from the library and buy ballpen after. So let's just say, so since we did not include here direction, so let's just say it's going west. Okay, so it's going west. So let's put a legend here. So let's say this is the bookstore there. So that's the bookstore. Now let's try to draw a line. So if we're going to draw a line, this will now be the position or the path taken by Carrie. So this one going here, let's assume that this is 100 meters. And then this one, let's assume that this is 50 meters. Okay? Now let's get the displacement. So what are we going to use? What formula are we going to use? Are we going to use the Pythagorean theorem or are we going to use the original formula? Okay, any idea? Okay, we are going to use the Pythagorean theorem. It's because this is already a right triangle. Am I right? This is already a right triangle. That's why we are going to use the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, let's start with the Pythagorean theorem. The formula is C is equal to the square root of A squared plus B squared. Okay, C is equal to the square root of, okay, A squared. What is A squared? So let's say that this is A. A squared is 100 squared plus, what is B squared? B squared, also 50 squared. Okay, so C is equal to the square root of 100 times 100. Okay, 100 times 100, that is 10,000. Okay, 10,000 plus, okay, 50 squared. 50 squared, that is, oh, what's that? 50 times 50, that is 2,000. Okay, 2,500. Am I right? So C now is equal to the square root of 10,000 plus 2,500, that is 12,500. Okay, am I right? 12,500. So, C is equal to the square root of 12,500. That would be A. How much? It's equal to the square root of 12,500. Okay? You bring your calculator with you. Alright, ilan? That is 111.80. Am I right? 111.80. Okay. So, this is 111.80 meters. So, alin ang mas mahaba? Yung path ba niya from the original position added sa path niya from the library to the bookstore, which is 150, or mas mahaba itong 111.80? Of course, mas mahaba yung original path niya kaysa sa displacement niya na 111.80 meters. So, if we are going to conclude, we can just say that Carrie's displacement is 111.80 meters. Okay? Do you get the idea? Alright, very good. Now, let's proceed to the other problems. Okay. Sally is a vlogger. She likes to travel. One day, she and her best friend decided to visit a beautiful scenery, and this is located 56 kilometers from the east of her home. Before they would go there, she has to fetch her best friend, which is located 24 kilometers. Okay, so lagyan natin ng to the west. 24 kilometers from her house. So, this is from the west of her house. Now, what will be her displacement? Okay, let's try to put it in a graph. Okay, so this is Carrie's home. Okay. Now, the scenery that they're going to see is located here, 56 kilometers from the east. And then, the house of her best friend is located from the west of their house. So, let's say here. Okay. So, now, let's going to put path. So, Carrie, before going to the scenery, she has to go here, which is, she took how many kilometers? Okay, 24 kilometers. So, assuming that this is 24 kilometers. And then, they would go here. Wait lang. And then, they would go to the beautiful scenery. So, the beautiful scenery is located here. And this is from her location up to here, that is 56. And then, from their location, from her best friend's location up to here, so ilan yan? So, sorry, it's supposed to be 56. Okay, wait lang. So, it's supposed to be 56. Okay. What about from her best friend's location going to the scenery? So, you just have to add 24. So, you have to add 24. So, now, what will be the total distance covered? This is 0. And then, carry 1. This is 80 kilometers. So, in total, they have 80 kilometers. Now, we have to identify the initial position, the final position. Okay. So, our initial position is, saan ba siya unang pumunta? So, the initial position now is the 24 kilometers. To the east or west? Okay, very good, to the west. And then, our final position will be 80. Okay, 80 because from this position going to those, okay, to this position, this is for a total of 80 kilometers. So, 80 kilometers. Okay, to the east. Very good. So, now let's compute for the displacement. What's again the formula? Okay, delta x, or the change in position, is equal to the final position minus the initial position. Alright, so delta x is equal to 80 kilometers to the east. Very good. 80 kilometers to the east. Okay, let's put direction here. To the east minus, this is 24 kilometers to the west. Very good. So 80 minus 24, this is, okay, 56 kilometers. Now, what will be the direction? Siyempre, sabi natin kung anong mas malaki dito, yun ang masusunod ang direction. So, is it east or west? Okay, very good. This is east. Now, the displacement of Sally is 56 kilometers to the east. Bakit 56 kilometers? Kasi, yun ang shortcut na gagawin niya. Bakit pa niya susunduin yung kaibigan niya? Pwede namang magdiretso na lang siya. So, mas konti ang path na ititake niya kapag ganon. Yan. O kaya mismo, yung kaibigan na lang niya ang lumapit sa bahay ni Sally and then, diretso silang pupunta sa location na yon. Naintindihan ba? Okay, so that talks about displacement. Okay, very good. Now, let's go to the next. We have here the speed and velocity. So, in the speed and velocity, we will be calculating 3. Ano yung mga i-calculate natin? We will be calculating speed, of course. We will also be calculating distance and displacement. So, I am going to teach you how to derive formula based from the triangle that I have shown you before. Okay, let's try to work on this problem. Mary is a marathon runner. For the record, she can run 500 kilometers for only 6 hours. What is the speed in kilometers per hour? Okay, so madali lang yan i-calculate, tama? So, let's try to put up the given first. Okay, what are the given? Okay, so given, let's try to put the distance. What is the distance again? The distance is 500, very good. 500 kilometers. What is the time? The time it takes for Mary to run is 6 hours. Okay, now we are going to solve for the speed. Okay, that's question mark. Alright? So, in utilizing this formula, we need to put it up into triangle. So, speed, and then this is the distance, and then this is the time. Okay, you take note of the position of the variables in the triangle. Speed is located here because we are looking for speed. That's why S is equal to, asan ba yung distance? Nasa taas. So, you put distance also here. Over, asan ba yung time? Nasa baba. Alright, so that's how you are going to derive formula based on that triangle. Is it clear? Okay, very good. Alright, so let's try to solve this one. Let's try to substitute the given. So, 500 kilometers. Okay, 500 kilometers is over 6 hours. So, 6 hours. Okay? 500 divided by 6, this is ilan? 500 divided by 6. Okay? Do you have any idea? 500 divided by 6, this is 83.33. 83.33 kilometers per hour. It means if we are going to conclude this one, Mary's speed is 83 kilometers per hour. Wow! Bilis niya. So, ang kaya daw niyang i-take na kilometer or takbuhin na kilometer is 83.33 kilometers per hour. Okay? So, can you run like Mary? Alright, so I think you need to practice a lot if you need to, or if you want to run like Mary. Okay, so this is the speed of Mary. So it's a little bit impossible, but it's what in the sentence, or it's what is stated in the problem. Okay, dito tayo. Second problem. How long? Okay, how long? It means it is pertaining to a time. So, how long will it take for Santi to run a 500-meter path if his speed is 3 meters per second? Okay, how long will it take for Santi to run, okay, to a 500-meter path if his speed is 3 meters per second? Okay, so we are going to put the formula, the given first. Okay, so the first given is distance. So is the distance stated in the problem? Yes. So the distance is 500 meters. What about the speed? Is it stated in the problem? Okay, very good. The speed is 3 meters per second. What about the time? Is it stated in the sentence? Yes. So the time? Okay, no. That's why it's question mark. If we are going to utilize our triangle once again, and then we are going to derive a formula here. So we put S, D, and then T. So we are looking for the time, right? So the time is here. Time is equal to, ano yung nasa taas? Distance over speed. So this is now the formula for time. Now let's try to substitute the given. Okay, this is 500 meters minus ay over 3 meters per second. Okay, so madali mo na lang na i-cancel out yung unit na meter para ang matirang unit is for that time, right? Okay, so 500, now time is equal to 500 divided by 3. 500 divided by 3, ilan? This is, okay, you calculate. Calculator, 500 divided by 3. Okay, this is 166 166.67 seconds. So 166.67 seconds. If we are going to conclude this one, we can just say that Santi will take 166.67 seconds to run a 500-meter path with a speed of 3 meters per second. Okay? Is it clear? Understood? If you have questions, just comment down below so that I can attend to your queries. And then for our next problem, okay, I think that's second to the last. Sorry, that's last problem already. So what is the distance covered if Kirby will have to run at a constant speed of 2 kilometers per hour for 2,400 seconds. So we have two choices here. Actually, pwede mong gamitin ang kilometers to identify the distance, or you can just simply use the meters to identify the distance. Okay? So, no matter unit or whatever unit you're going to use, it's okay. Okay? It's okay. It doesn't matter as long as you can get the correct answer. But we're going to use distance. The distance and the meter is, and the unit is meter, sorry. Okay? So, let's try to find the distance in meters. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin dito, ito na lang ang i-convert natin. So, we have here 2 kilometers per hour. O, syempre, mahirap tong conversion na to. Times. So, ang unang i-convert natin is the kilometer. So, anong conversion factor ng kilometer again? The conversion factor of kilometer is in every 1,000 meters, sabi natin kanina, in every 1,000 meters, there is 1 kilometer. Okay, tama? Now, okay. pwede nating i-convert na yung hours. So, in every 1 hour naman, how many seconds are there? We have 3,000. Oh, very good. 3,600 seconds. So, we can just cancel the units. Hours, hours. O, tignan nyo ang natirang unit. The unit left is meters and then this one is seconds. Okay. Yan ang natirang unit natin. Okay. Now, let's try to solve. 2 times 1,000, that is 2,000. So, 2,000 divided by, ano yung nasa baba? 3,600. Okay. So, 2,000 meters. Okay, divided by 3,600. Okay, ilan kaya yan? Pwede pang round off or i-simplify. 2,000 divided by 3,600, that is 0. Okay, 0.56 meters per second. Pero hindi pa dyan nagtatapos kasi ang kinukuha natin is the distance covered. Now, we are looking for the distance covered. Ito, speed lang to. This is the converted speed for 2 kilometers per hour. Tama? So, we are going to use our triangle once again. So, our triangle would say speed, distance, and then the time. So, ang distance na kinukuha natin, distance is equal to kasi nasa taas siya. So, kapag magkatabi sila, it means this should be multiplied with each other. So, S and then T. So, speed times time. Alright, so now let's try to multiply. Okay, so this is 0.56 meters per second times, this is 2,400 seconds. O, kung napapansin mo, ito, pwedeng over 1 yan. Okay, so mataas. Nasa denominator to, nasa numerator yan. Kaya pwede mo lang i-cancel. Okay, so ang natirang unit is the meters. So, if we're going to solve this one, it should be 0.56 times 2,400. This is equal to 1,344 meters. So, this is now our distance covered. That is the distance covered by curvy. If we are going to put it into conclusion, you may just say, Kirby covered 1,344 meters. Okay. For the span of 2,400 seconds at a constant speed of 2 kilometers per hour. So, that's all. Okay, it's easy, right? Okay. So, what if we are going to find the distance using kilometer as our unit? So, let's erase this one. Okay. So, if we are going to find kilometer as our unit, distance, okay, kilometer. So, there's no need for us to convert this one, but we need to convert this one and turn it into hours. Okay? So, let's convert 2,400 seconds times, what's our conversion again? In every 1 hour, there are 3,600 seconds. Okay, so we just have to cancel the units para ang matirang unit ay hours. Okay? So, we have here 2,400 divided by 3,600. Okay, so we have 0.67 hours. Okay, so multiply na natin. Distance is equal to 2 kilometers per hour times 0.67 hours. So we can just cancel the units. 2 times 0.67. Okay, so 1.34. Okay, kung kanina 1,344, tama, kilometers, ay meters. Ngayon, okay, kinonvert mo lang iyon. So, ang nakuha mong answer ay 1.34 kilometers. So that is the distance covered by Kirby. Okay, at a time of 2,400 seconds, and the constant speed is 2 hours. Okay, so that ends our video for today. Goodbye everyone, and I hope that you learned something from this video.